and goal from the 1. Touchdown!
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time any day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. And in my continuing series of potential draft choices for the New York Giants at number 11. Pretty much my final stop along this little journey here is going to be Alijah Vera-Tucker from USC. I'll certainly have like a mock draft up before the draft, and maybe I'll have another guy or two sprinkled in here or there that I'll go over. But this Alijah Vera-Tucker, I've seen him in mock drafts, a couple mock drafts, being the Giants selected him at number 11. Powerful, very, very powerful, very athletic, and very versatile. I saw where, he might be like the number 1 overall interior offensive lineman in this draft. Now you got Slater and Sewell are pretty much tackles, although Slater with his arm length and all, possibly might transition to a guard. But with Vera-Tucker, seems more and more likely like he'll become an inside offensive lineman. Although he did play both in college. Now he's 6'4", 308 pounds. He ran a 5.1 40. Nothing, earth shattering there. But he had 32 on the vertical. He had 36 reps at 225, so he's strong. Now, a lot of people compare him to, although I don't know if he's going to have the same success as Zach Martin, but a lot of the traits are same. They're both 6'4". They're both 308 pounds. Their arms are both 32 inches, which obviously causes problems for Vera-Tucker. Vera-Tucker's hands aren't as huge as he's like 9.5 inches on his hand, but strong hands, very strong, very powerful. But he does compare out to, height and weight and all to a Zach Martin. Now, whether he'll have as much success as Zach Martin in the NFL, well, that remains to be seen. But he is very versatile. His first year, I believe in high school, he played tackle. Then he came to USC. 2018, he played 12 games, pretty much special teams, but he was the backup right guard. 2019, he was the left guard. Now, he gave up 1 sack in 2019, and he gave up 7 total pressures in 13 games. So, pretty promising. That's in his second year. His third year, they moved him over to left tackle. He did a very good job. However, USC threw the ball a lot. They threw the ball over 44 times a game. Threw the ball quite a bit. He in the 6 games, he gave up 4 sacks. Now, so if you figure USC usually plays close to about 12 games, so if you want to, weigh that out, if he played a full schedule, possibly he might have given up 8 sacks. He did a very good job, great at run blocking and all, but as you can see, maybe with his possible his shorter arm length, very athletic. Edge rushers can give him a problem. And, if he gives up 8 sacks in a season in college, what might he give up in the pros in a 16 or possibly this year, a 17-game schedule? Do you want a tackle that's going to give up 9, 10, 11 sacks in a season? That's a bit much. That's why he might wind up being better as a interior lineman. I've seen quite a few of his. I've watched a lot of his. There's a lot of film on him, and sometimes it's just so much fun watching some of these films. I mean, the guy goes whistle to whistle. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen him. Well, either or, at guard or tackle, I can a run play, just blocking a guy like 5, 10 yards down the field, pancaking guys, getting a guy, getting him on the ground and landing on him. Fantastic. Fantastic. Great athletic, great motor, blue collar kind of guy. So if we were to draft, I mean, chances are he'll be there for us. Will we take him? It all depends. Once again, who's there. I would probably rather have maybe Slater over Vera-Tucker, but it depends upon who's there. Now, once again with these picks, they're not sexy. Now we took Andrew Thomas last year in the first round. If we were taking another offensive lineman in this round, you're starting to, I can certainly see where it's, they're not sexy, but you need to build, a foundation in front of Daniel Jones. Or if it's not Daniel Jones, you draft these guys, the next quarterback, whoever that is. You got to give a guy a wall, a foundation in front of him to play. Now, let's not forget, we go back into the 80s, all right, when Bill Parcells was the coach, just to go to show you, he won 2 Super Bowls after the 86 season, after the 90 season. What did he prioritize? Well, in 1984, we had 2 first-round draft choices. Of course, the first one was Carl Banks, the last time that we ever drafted a linebacker in the first round. The second first-round selection we had in 1984 was a guard, William Roberts. He was the foundation, helped, build the foundation for the offensive line in the 80s, and he was one of the starting linemen for the 1990 Super Bowl team. Then in 1988, we drafted tackle Eric Moore. He played with us for 6 years. Then the next year, 1989, we drafted Brian Williams, who was a center, who played with us for 11 years. So within a case of like 84, 85, 6, 7, 8, so in a matter of 6 drafts, we selected 3 offensive linemen in the first round. We took a tackle, a center, and a guard. Just it goes to show. I know the game's changed a little bit since then, but just it goes to show you what Coach Bill Parcells prioritized. He prioritized, the offensive line. He took a center, a tackle, and a guard. 3 number 1 picks within 6 drafts to help build the line, which allowed Phil Simms time to pass the ball. Allowed Joe Morris, made it where he could run the ball. Obviously we had O.J. Anderson. There was other guys running the ball as well too. But let's not forget, don't ever underestimate the power of having a quality offensive line in front of you. So if we were to take Alijah Vera-Tucker, it's not the sexiest, not the most exciting pick at all, but he would certainly moving him inside, possibly taking the place of Zeitler. Then you can see what you got with maybe with Lemieux, and see if you want to keep Hernandez around next year. If you want to pay him, or if you can afford to pay him. But Vera-Tucker would certainly slide right in there at guard and do a phenomenal job for him. Now I don't know if he can work as a center, but offensive guard, you just move him right on in there. And then you got Andrew Thomas, you got Vera-Tucker, maybe you have if you got Gates at center, hopefully maybe Parrott can work out. If Fernandez doesn't work out, maybe get rid of him and you get another guard next year in draft or free agency. That way, now you got yourself a nice wall for Daniel Jones or whoever the next quarterback might wind up being. And then all you have to start doing from now on is start drafting maybe some quality depth for the offensive line. And you don't have to hear anymore, Giants need an offensive lineman, Nines need this, that. The offensive line would be, pretty much set for many years to come. Well, guys, as always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!